Hello everyone and welcome to this video. In this video we are going to be looking at Mary Skelter Finale for the PC. The game was developed by Compile Heart, Idea Factory and Ghostlight, and is published by Idea Factory International, and is the third installment of the franchise. Now, first thing we need to address before we start this review, is it censored or not? This might seem like a strange thing to begin with, but considering the controversy lately with past previous games such as Sisters vs Sisters, Mary Skelter 2 and Fairy Fencer, it does need mentioning. When Mary Skelter 2 was first released on the PC, it had been censored, even when the console ports had not. Then, like a redemption arc, Idea Factory stepped in and fixed the problem. Thankfully, with this release, it seems like everything is intact right from the very start, and that nothing appears to have been censored or changed from the original console release. So, with that being said, here's the review. Our game story continues on from the true ending of Mary Skelter Nightmares. So, if you've never played 1 or 2 before, then you'll be lost right from the very start. Never fear, however, because the game does include a before story mode, which should have everything you need to bring you up to speed on the current game and its events. We'll be joining Jack and the Blood Maidens as they escape their prisons and now have to defend themselves against Massacre Pink in this very unsettling fairy tale which is not afraid to shock you. Just like with the story, the game's cast will mostly be returning cast members from the previous games. Jack and the Blood Maidens will be joined by a few new faces here and there, but it mainly is a returning cast and will require you to have some previous knowledge of them. You can of course check before story mode and learn more about them from there, but what I personally really did like about this game with its cast of characters is that they have become a bit more fleshed out with their personalities and backstories. Gameplay is a mixture of visual novel and classic old school dungeon crawling. With the visual novel parts, everything's been beautifully drawn, designed and created, and has some exceptional artwork, the likes of which you just won't find anywhere else. With the dungeon crawling, expect a wave of mixed emotions. Exploring the dungeons can become very addictive, but also highly frustrating, and at times will have you feeling like pulling your hair out. Getting to know the game's new system can be fun and interesting, but at the same time the new mechanics put in place can be extremely overcomplicated or just not explained at all. If you have played dungeon crawlers before, then you'll know what to expect. If you haven't, then with this game it's a lot like being thrown in at the deep end of the pool at the very start. Finale is just like the previous games with its graphics, in that it combines 3D environments and enemies with 2D characters and visual novel elements. Nothing much has really changed here from the previous games, aside from a few odd things in a couple of places, but honestly it's like how the old saying goes, if it ain't broke, then don't fix it. When it comes to Mary Skelter Finale's dungeons, I have a love-hate relationship with them. On the one hand, they're massive, very complicatedly designed, and they have a lot of areas that are hidden. There's various routes you can take, and there are lots of puzzles for you to solve. On the other hand, they're massive, and I genuinely mean massive. So massive that you can easily get lost, get frustrated very quickly between switching from teams to try and find a solution to the problem, or, even worse, you can spend an hour or so exploring, only to run out of supplies, have one of the girls go into Blood Maiden mode, and accidentally kill your own party in the process. It's almost like the levels were designed by a brilliant genius of a designer, but then given to an absolute madman to finish off. Okay, so let's be honest here. PC owners were starting to think that we'd never get ports of Mary Skelter 2 Act 3. But amazingly, Idea Factory delivered in the end and have brought them to the PC. I do feel, however, that it is rather late, and anyone who really wanted to play these games will already have done so. I myself, for example, have already played this on the Switch, as like many others, we just didn't think that this was going to be ported. I am very glad that the games are now on the PC, but it just seems very late to the party. I do highly recommend this game and suggest that if you do love dungeon crawlers, to buy Mary Skelter 2 along with this one, and then you can enjoy all 3 games together and easily spend about 200 plus hours in each one. Well, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you for listening, thank you for watching, and please subscribe.